Airport Adventures, Phoenix, Denver, and Tulsa. All right, and just like that, we have arrived at the Phoenix airport. It only took about 2 hours to drive down here. Drove through some pretty heavy rain and lightning this morning, which was kind of funny. You could see sort of that storm behind me. But we finally got here. It's 5:45 in the morning and it's 95 degrees, so this is gonna be fun. But with that being said, let's get this show on the road. The Phoenix SkyTrain, an often overlooked part of any airport. It runs 24 hours a day and arrives at each station every 3 to 5 minutes. It connects the 44th Street station to the East Economy lot, Terminals 3, Terminal 4, the West Economy parking lot, and the rental car center. It serves about 38,000 people every single day and about 14 million people annually. All right, just went downstairs, checked my bags. I didn't really want to bore you with that on camera. It was also pretty crowded down there. But now it's time for TSA. What I really like about the TSA at this airport is that it's sort of separated into different sections depending on what gate you're going to. So for today, I'm scheduled to depart out of gate C11. Now that is subject to change, but there's a TSA checkpoint right over by the C gates. So that's the one I'm gonna go to. It really helps the flow of this airport go much, much faster than other places such as, Denver and Dallas. Oh, got a little announcement. Yes, if you didn't hear that announcement, please stay hydrated. It's getting too hot out there. But anyway, so there's various TSA checkpoints. And so you can basically just choose which one you want to go to. I'm choosing to go to this one because it's closest to my gate. But because they've sort of separated the TSA out into various checkpoints, the TSA wait time here is only 7 minutes on average, which is really, really good. If you travel often, you know how long those wait times can get. So an average 7-minute wait is not that bad, especially given the fact that I'm trying to dedicate some time to film all this for you and also get some breakfast while I'm here because I'm hungry. But with that being said, let's get through security and then I'll talk to you guys on the other side of the gate. There it is, Denver 5. The Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport serves about 1,200 flights and 120,000 passengers every single day. It also serves 1,000 plus tons of cargo every single day. It has direct routes to 130 airports across 5 different countries, with its busiest route being between Phoenix and Denver, which has about 25 flights a day on various airlines. The airport itself employs about 57,000 people and is often referred to as America's friendliest airport. It's also the 9th busiest airport in the United States, which becomes apparent when you get there when you see the amount of traffic. Alright, so as I was walking to the gate, I finally found what I've been looking for all morning. Breakfast. So it's often said that Phoenix is America's friendliest airport. And honestly, I do find that to be true. Every experience that I've had here has been nothing but nice. All of the airport staff go out of their way to make sure your experience is as good as possible. Even the TSA staff make sure that your experience is positive. Of the 57,000 people that this airport employs, I've had good experiences with every single person I've interacted with. So yeah, when they say that this is America's friendliest airport, I find that to be true. This was the 737 MAX 8 that was going to be taking us to Denver. Lucky for me, I was able to sit in an emergency exit row with some extra legroom. Given that our connection time in Denver was only going to be 30 minutes, I was happy to see that we were pushing back on time right at 7:35, which led to a nice on-time departure to Denver. After reaching our cruising altitude of 35,000 feet, we got some nice views of the Rockies while I decided to try and get some work done. Unfortunately, my laptop was giving me some issues, so I wasn't able to edit the video that you're currently watching, so I decided to play some Flight Simulator instead. After
After being in the air for only an hour and 20 minutes, we made our approach into Denver. It looks like we were having a little bit of a race with a United Airlines 737. This one was coming from San Jose, so we had been in the air for a little while. Unfortunately, it looks like it won the race. We touched down in Denver about 5 minutes ahead of schedule at 10:15, and as we exited the runway and started taxiing over to the gates, we saw that same 737 that we had been in a race with a couple minutes prior. Looks like we weren't too far behind, so I'll give the United the win. After a short taxi over to the gates, we pulled into gate C33, and once everybody else got off the plane, I was able to go get a couple of photos in the cockpit.
All right, well, that was fun. That flight was probably one of the smoothest flights I've been on in years. The landing was amazing. The flight crew, though, exceptional. I have to give a quick shout out to them. They were awesome. They went really out of their way to make the flight better for everybody. And then afterward, as you just saw, they let me come up in the cockpit, get a few photos. Just a really awesome crew, so shout out to them. But just making my way over to the next gate now. We came in at gate C33. Now we got to go over to gate C45. Not too far, but I've got about 10 minutes until my next flight boards, and so I'm kind of a little close for time. But other than that, you know, it's a super awesome crew, super awesome flight. So, time to do it all over again. This time, but heading to Tulsa.
Now that we're in Denver, it's time to tell you a little bit about this airport. This airport serves about 1,700 flights a day, and is the third busiest airport in the United States behind Atlanta and LA. It serves about 175,000 passengers each day, with non-stop destinations to 204 airports across 12 different countries. Its busiest route is between Denver and Las Vegas, which has about 27 flights on various airlines every single day. The airport itself also employs 35,000 people, which is shocking given that it's a much bigger airport than Phoenix, and yet it only employs a little over half the amount of people. After a short walk over to gate C45 and taking a quick look at the second 737 MAX 8 of the day, we had a quick boarding process, and then I quickly found a window seat towards the front of the plane, which offered some really great views of the engine wing. And just like that, we began our pushback right on time again, and then we had a pretty short taxi out to the runway. And after waiting in line for takeoff, we had a nice on-time departure for our second takeoff of the day, this time heading to Tulsa. Our estimated flight time was only a little over an hour. On this flight, I was actually able to get some editing done on the video you're currently watching, and then within the blink of an eye, we were already on our approach into Tulsa. After a quick approach and then flying through a little bit of turbulence, we touched down about 4 minutes early, which signals the end of our trip for today. And after one of the shortest taxis of all time, we pulled into gate B5. I want to thank my mom for the video on the left. She was able to take that from inside the terminal. Now for our third and final airport of the video. The Tulsa International Airport hosts about 120 flights and 4,000 passengers each day, with direct routes to 29 airports across the United States, with its busiest route being between here and Dallas-Fort Worth with 9 flights each day. While it doesn't have any regular international flights, it's called an international airport because of its capabilities to host U.S. Customs and Border Patrol facilities. The airport did announce, however, that they do have plans to build a new international terminal, which is very good news for civilians who like to travel internationally. The airport itself employs less than 200 people and is one of the biggest maintenance bases for American Airlines, with other bases being in Charlotte, Chicago, Dallas, and Pittsburgh. What sets this airport apart from others is its Visitors Pass program. This program was put into place a few months ago and allows civilians who aren't traveling to pass through TSA checkpoints without a boarding pass. This allows people to explore the airport and bring more revenue to the airport, even from those who aren't traveling. That's how my mom was able to get that video from earlier, was because she had that pass and was able to get into the terminal. From takeoff to touchdown, we've soared through airports and explored the skies. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. If you enjoyed, hit that like button and leave a comment down below giving me your feedback on this video. With that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next adventure.